And we are back at it after the Memorial Day weekend. It is the 26th day of May, 2026. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend. I certainly did. I accomplished very little. I did some laundry. And that was about it. But we're back at it here. It's a short week. I got to remember it's Tuesday, even though it feels like a Monday. Mother Nature is going to throw us all kinds of curveballs this week. Our forecast high today is going to be 70. Our forecast high on Thursday, in just 2 days, 90. We're going to be all over the board. Thunderstorms on Thursday is a possibility. Rain, wind, and also some very quiet, pleasant, benign days. We get a little bit of everything to wrap up the month of May. Forecast details are coming up. News, yes. Sports, lots. Mariners are in West Sacramento. They took on the Athletics last night. Whipped them up pretty good, just what the doctor ordered, because they had a pretty lousy weekend in Kansas City. How all the local prep sports teams do over the weekend as we approach the second weekend of state championships. I'll let you know, just a quick heads up. Eastmont boys soccer team is 2 wins away from the state championship. We like that. So we'll have that in sports. Sara Baum will be joining me. She's the events and marketing manager for the Wenatchee World, because the world's best red carpet award ceremony is 1 week from tomorrow. Get your tickets. She'll give you a preview on that. They're doing things a little different this year when they hand out the world's best awards. That's 1 week from tomorrow. And Mike McNaughty has this bizarre infatuation with pizza. We'll get to that too. 2 minutes after the hour, let's see what we're looking like as we all get back to work. I was smart enough. I didn't get my body clock all messed up too bad. That's the problem when you work the hours that I work, but when I get up and when I'm done for the day, it's when you have 3 days off in a row, it's kind of easy to get your body clock messed up. But I was a good boy. There are the clouds. It's 54, by the way, right now in Wenatchee. Afraid is at 52. Moses Lake is at 52. Omak at 55. There, the warm spot. There's the valley with quite a bit of clouds on this Tuesday morning. I almost said Monday. Okay, now we see a little bit blue way up there from the Omi Garden camera. Looking back down towards the Wenatchee Valley, it looks like the Wenatchee Heights area is now being bathed in sunshine. The sun found that little spot of clearing in the sky. Sunrise this morning, 5:12. Sunset tonight, 8:44. That's 15 hours, excuse me, and 32 minutes of daylight. It was, by the way, 79 yesterday was our high on Monday. We had 82 Sunday and 84 on Saturday. All of those temperatures above normal, but not too much above normal. From the Hay Canyon camera, we have that panned a little bit more to the south. Normally we have that a little bit more, so we see a little bit more of Kashmir, but either way, it's still a great view from high atop Hay Canyon. And to Lake Wenatchee we go, where the clouds are a little denser and a little thicker. Looks like they may even be getting some light rain up in the Lake Wenatchee area. Lots of overcast up there, but that's okay. It keeps the skeeters away. And we like that. That's from high atop Nanapoc Ridge. We do this on Tuesdays. We give you a sneak peek at what the rest of the month looks like as we say goodbye to May and welcome June from the Climate Prediction Center. This is Sunday, May 31st, the last day of the month, through Thursday, the 4th of June. And as you can see, we have a very good chance of seeing our temperatures above normal and precipitation about normal, which means not much at all. We don't normally get a lot of rain this time of the year. And when we do, it's usually in the form of thunderstorms, and it is a possibility. So it looks like it's going to be warmer than normal and just about normal as far as precipitation is concerned. But again, the key for the precipitation table on the right is going to be those pop-up thunderstorms, because the atmosphere is very unsettled. From Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, it's where comfort, care, and community come together. Look at that forecast. We go everywhere. Partly sunny today. It's going to be about 50% clouds, 50% sun. We'll get up to about 70, 54 for the overnight low tonight. Quite a bit of cloud cover tonight, but then we have sunshine all day on Wednesday, and we're going to bop all the way up to 85. So we're going to jump up 15 degrees for our afternoon high compared to today. 61 for the overnight low, all the way up to near 90 on Thursday, but we do have a chance of some late afternoon, early evening thunderstorms on Thursday, about a 30% chance of some thunderstorms during the day. That chance of thunderstorms on Thursday night goes up to 50% because Well, it's going to be warm. It's 61 for the overnight low on Thursday. And then Friday, a 40% chance of showers, maybe a pop-up thunderstorm, and we drop right back down again to 77. So look at our highs. 70 today, 85 Wednesday, 90 Thursday, back down to 77 on Friday, and this is when things are going to get really unsettled. The best chance of thunderstorms late in the afternoon Thursday, overnight Thursday night, could even get some early morning Friday thunderstorms is a possibility, and then a nice quiet weekend. Temperatures just about normal on Saturday and Sunday with quite a bit of sunshine. So if you like variety in your weather, you're going to have it this week, and it's a short week to boot. Going to take a break and come back with your news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Tuesday edition on the NCW Life channel.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
A new video game, a movie, dinner with friends. There are a lot of things worth saving up for. Vapes aren't cheap, and buying pods over and over can stop you from affording things you want more. When it comes to your money, choose what matters. Choose you.
When life gets stressful, jumping into your passions can help you find your calm. Avoid vapes, which contain nicotine and can make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. When it comes to your mental health, choose what matters. Choose you.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Quite a bit of cloud cover. We'll see a mixture of clouds and sun today. Only going to get to about 70. That's about 5 degrees below normal. Then we bump up to 85 on Wednesday, near 90 on Thursday with about a 50% chance of some thunderstorms on Thursday night into Friday. Then we calm down in time for the weekend. It's 8 minutes after the hour. A malware attack detected on Sunday morning has shut down just about anything electronically related in Chelan County government. The county's IT department has shut down its entire network. That includes computers, telephone systems across all the departments in county government. A cybersecurity team is working to bring the system back online. Officials say it could take some time. I checked about a half an hour ago. It's still down, both the phone systems and the websites for Chelan County government. They don't have an estimate of the damage. They don't really know the extent of the hack. But if you have an emergency, you can still call Rivercom. Everbridge notifications remain active, although slight delays are possible because notifications are being routed through a third party. Grant County Sheriff's Office detectives are investigating what we now know is the death of Anthony Mann. He's a Moses Lake man whose body was found about 7 o'clock Sunday evening at the top of Summer Falls. That's about 10 miles southeast of Cooley City. Mann disappeared, or was last seen anyway, in the Moses Lake area on May 15th. His unoccupied van was found May 18th near Trail Lake next to a main irrigation canal upstream from Summer Falls. Mann's family was notified Monday morning. Coroner staff will perform the autopsy sometime this week. Investigators say there is no signs so far of foul play. Celebrations for Memorial Day on Monday began at Evergreen Memorial Cemetery in East Wenatchee, put on by the Wenatchee Patriotic Council. Started at 9 a.m. and the cemetery was filled with small American flags to recognize those who served and died. Mayor Jerry Crawford spoke at the event. At 10 a.m., it was off to the city cemetery in Wenatchee. An American salute was given to our fallen heroes. A number of dignitaries on hand there, including Wenatchee Mayor Mike Poyer, who spoke. And then at 11 a.m., it was Kashmir's turn to honor the fallen in the city cemetery. Guests said about 800 American flags decorated the ceremony for the memorial program. Even a military truck and a couple of vintage fire trucks were brought into the service. Then at 12:30, Quincy held their memorial service inside their city cemetery. Lining the borders of the cemetery were rows of large American flags, with small ones being scattered around the appropriate grave sites. During each of the services in our area, taps were played. They had a 21-gun salute and a deep recognition for all the branches in the military. They were given at those emotional ceremonies yesterday. And Wenatchee Valley poet and educator Derek Sheffield helped steer a major poetry event at the Washington governor's residence. Sheffield is the poet laureate of our state and a former college roommate of the governor, Bob Ferguson. He was master of ceremonies for the event, which featured winners of Washington's Poetry Forward Youth Competition.
First, full disclosure, I'm not a poet, okay? So I'm doing no readings tonight. That's not going to happen. Someone asked me if I was doing that, and I said, I know my limitations. So that's not going to happen. But I feel really fortunate in my life that I was exposed to poetry from a young age. I'm one of 7 kids, 6 brothers, 1 long-suffering sister in the family of 7. And my father, my late father, Murray Ferguson, he was an English major at the University of Washington many, many years ago, and he studied fairly seriously under the poet Theodore Rettke. In fact, in his obituary, it talks about that. He was, and so he was someone who was a fan of the written word. I don't believe he ever wrote any poetry, but he was an excellent writer and loved poetry. And as an adult, especially once the kids got a little bit older, he and a number of his friends formed a poetry club. And it was a group of individuals who they would rotate who would host it at a home. And they had 2 rules for the poetry club. The first rule was they started every gathering with a drink. That was one rule. And the other rule was whoever was hosting set all the other rules. Those were the 2 rules for the group. So they had a great time, but as a young person, these folks would come to the home. They would often bring in poets from the community who would be invited to read or to talk about a famous poet. And so I certainly grew up in that atmosphere of a household that really valued that.
I had a transformative high school teacher named Kevin Miller. And and I know that there are a few people here tonight who know that name. So I want to read this poem for Mr. Miller. It's called Never, for God's Sake, Love. Never use soul, and never, for God's sake, love, he told us, as a cherry hue spread across his cheeks like an Irish Catholic sunset. Use these, and he upturned a sack. Words like marbles, like tumble, blur, and murmur, scattering down rows of students, 1 or 2 always rolling past outstretched fingers, out through the crack under the door. Whisper, slip, far. But his students learned better his one-liners and never dared dangle their modifiers in class. Tricks they knew were for kids and him. They studied him as he walked among them, ambassador of goldfinch and ache, rain and skin. They let the absolutes pass through their stud-pierced souls, counting every time he spat specificity, or circled an image and wrote, yes, in blue ink, yes, to 1,000 second chances in the pink nub atop every pencil, yes, to who and what and sometimes why, to all of that, and even our misspelled, awkward, run-on love.
I walk in light that hides my roots, skinned like a veil, soft and mute. They see no story in my face, no echoes of another place. Spanish whispers in my mother's tone, a language carved of skin and bone. Yet when I speak, the words feel shy, like birds that never learned to fly. I taste the chile, the lime, the heat, but strangers offer whitewashed seats. Lucky, they say, you blend so well, as if my silence were a spell. I am the bridge they cannot see, a border stitched inside of me. Too pale to claim, too proud to hide, I carry both worlds side by side. And in the mirror, I confess, passing is privilege, passing is stress, a ghost of color, a borrowed name, first-gen heart in Weddle frame. Thank you.
And that's a look at what's making news on this Tuesday. Everybody had it, well, just about everybody around here had a 3-day weekend. For those who didn't, sorry. But we'll be back to work today to get the news to you tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, the NCW Life Evening News. At 5, 6, and 10 on television. That doesn't work, or you're unplugged, or you don't have a traditional cable-type subscription. Our news will be up and running on our YouTube page right around 5 o'clock. We'll put a link to that, by the way, on our Facebook page. We're on Roku. We're on Apple TV+. We're on that Amazon Fire thingamajigger. And we have an email address, news@ncwlife.com. If you got a news tip, let us know about it. Nobody seems to want to win, or at least take charge of the American League West. But the Mariners may have started that process yesterday. Sports in 2 minutes. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. With professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Sports at 19 minutes after the hour. The Seattle Mariners scored 6 runs in the 3rd inning. That's the most runs they've scored in a single inning this year. And it was enough to get the job done. They blew out the Athletics 9-2 in West Sacramento last night. Luke Raley went deep. Dominic Canzone went deep. Randy Rosarina also had a home run for Seattle, who are now just a game and a half behind the Athletics for first in the AL West.
On the ground, a little bobble. McNeil throws high, and Naylor is safe. Emerson scores. The Mariners take an early 1-0 lead.
really have a timeline for Wilson.
This is driven out towards right center field off the bat of Arozarena, and it gets down, bounces to the base of the wall. Naylor's being waved home. He steams into third and makes the turn. No throw. Randy gets back to second base. He's got himself an RBI double, and it's 2-0 Mariners. Luke Raley batting with 2 outs and Arozarena in scoring position. He has been a monster in the month of May. Raley up into the wind. This is sailing back, and Raley leaves the yard. A home run to right field. The Mariners open it up in the 3rd inning. 4-0 Mariners. Seems like Luke knew the assignment.
He gets it up in the jet stream, and see ya.
Here's Canzone. Canzone drills this out to right field. Another home run. It's a 6-0 Mariners lead on a blast from Canzone.
This ball was touched by Dom Canzone. He's ready for the heater. He gets one. 104 miles per hour off the bat. I don't think that one was jet stream aided at all. That's just pure barrel by Dom Canzone.
Crawford, a bolt out to center field, and it's gone! It disappears over the wall in center field. It's the Mariners' 3rd home run tonight, and it's a 7-0 Mariners lead. What a jolt from JP.
Savali's going, it just doesn't seem to matter what I'm throwing to these Mariners hitters, especially from the left side. They're hitting it out of the yard. 101 off the bat. That was a poke.
This is really punched back and deep, and Randy, a home run. What a night for the Mariners. Chance for Randy in West Sacramento.
This is good to see. The Mariners tying a season high with that 4th home run of the evening. That should count for 2. That one, 437 feet. This is a bad flip.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed. A splitter that disappeared. He swings through. Geloff goes down, and so do the A's. The Mariners take game 1 of this 3-game series. 9-2 the final. The Mariners home run derby. They bash 4 of them, and they take the first game against the A's.
Both the Rock and Bryce really throwing the ball well. You know, that's a tough lineup. You know, I thought both those guys, you know, did such a great job with it, and then you know, offensively we were able to get to, you know, Savali pretty quickly, and you know, getting that big inning there with, you know, with 2 outs. And putting together some really good at-bats, and you know, getting some big blows, you know, Rails, Dom, you know, those are huge, and just some great at-bats all around, up and down the lineup again. Randy adding the homer later. Just, you know, a really good night. I thought defensively played very well also, you know, put us in a good position to win, and just a good win from top to bottom. They let it all go. You know, I think it did feel good, and you know, I think, you know, these guys have really been, you know, putting in some good at bats. They're putting in the time, and you know, I think it feels really good. I think for the you know, the hitting group, the hitting coaches as well, as you know, they continue to put in all the work, and you know, just to see that big inning kind of explode there, you know, felt great, and you know, hopefully there's more to come. Yeah, I mean, I think that's huge. You know, to get that, you know, to get JP's homer, you know, to kind of add on there to make it 7, and then to get Randy's later. You know, again, we talk about adding on and how important that is, and you know, those guys were able to do it tonight offensively, and made a huge difference for us. Just some great stuff. You know, great at bats. Of course, the big day yesterday, but you know, I think just the maturity. Again, not letting the game speed up too much on them, and just taking it AB by AB, kind of game by game, and another impressive one for him tonight.
Hopefully it'll be another impressive one tonight. Emerson Hancock gets the ball. Game 2 of the series. First pitch on Mariners.tv at 6:40. Rest of the scoreboard, there's the Mariner victory, and take a look at the Astros. 3 pitchers for the Astros combined to no-hit the Rangers. First no-hitter we've had in the majors in a couple of years in their 9-0 shutout. The Eastmont Wildcats defended their home pitch. On Saturday, they beat Mount Si in the state quarterfinals in the 4A state tournament. Congratulations to the Wildcats, 3-1 the final. That means they're off to the Final Four. Eastmont boys have never won a state championship. They finished third a few years back, but they're back in the Final Four for the first time since 2018. They'll be at Spark Stadium in Puyallup. On Friday, they'll take on number 11 seed Lincoln at noon. The other semifinals is 8th seed Sumner and 5 seed Newport at 2:15. The winner of those two games will play for the state championship on Friday afternoon, and the losers will play for 3rd and 4th place. In the state 1A soccer tournament, this surprised the heck out of me. The number 1 seed overall in the entire state Cascade got walloped in the first round by Wahluke, 4-0. So the Kodiak season came to a rather abrupt end. Kashmir advanced by beating Wapato 5-1 at Leibofta Field at the Apple Bowl. And then on Saturday, with a chance to go to the Final Four, Meridian knocked off the Bulldogs 4-0 for the Kashmir Bulldogs. And the Cascade Kodiak boys soccer teams, their season is over. Same deal with the Moses Lake Mavericks boys baseball team. They were one and done in the state 4A tournament. Number 2 Sumner rolled over Moses Lake 7-0 to end their season. In the 1A baseball tournament at Rec Park, Kashmir looked pretty good in the opener. They beat Castle Rock 12-1, and then with a chance to advance to the Final Four, they lost to Overlake Bear Creek. The final there was 12-10. So for the Kashmir Bulldog baseball team, their season came to an end. For Okanagan and Liberty Bell in the 2B tournament, it was one and done. Number 2 Kittitas crushed Okanagan 10-1. Colfax doubled up Liberty Bell 6-3. So Okanagan and Liberty Bell, their seasons are over. Same deal with Eastmont in the girls softball tournament down in Richland. Richland rolled over the Lady Wildcats in the opener 21-0. Eastmont dropped down into the losers bracket. They gave Kamiak all they could handle, but Kamiak took care of it 4-1. So Eastmont's season has also come to an end. Same deal with Brewster and Lake Roosevelt. It's double elimination in the 2B softball tournament. Brewster lost their opener to Toledo 10-0. They dropped down to the losers bracket where they lost to Clallam Roslyn 13-3. And for Lake Roosevelt, added a 10 rundum in their opening round at 13-3. And then they dropped down to the losers bracket. And in a shootout, Kittitas knocked off Lake Roosevelt 14-11. So the state girls fast pitch champions have been crowned. In 4A, it is Skyline. The 3A state champions in girls fast pitch softball, Mount Spokane. 2A, Mark Morris. 1A, Montesano. The 2B champions are the Freeman Scotties, and Liberty Christian wins the 1B title. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. Today is National Paper Airplane Day. The idea of making paper airplanes and flying them go all the way back thousands of years to the ancient China. That's the one that we all associate. Anybody can make the Dart paper airplane. Even if you haven't done it in 15 years, you sit down and it comes right back to you. Of course, there are a lot of extremely elaborate paper airplanes that you can make. And one of the best gifts I gave anybody was one of my nephews, and this was 25 years ago, even longer than that. I found a book that had paper airplanes that with instructions. So you took the paper out of the book, and it showed you where to fold and how to fold and what way you did it, so you couldn't really mess it up. And you can make some really cool, elaborate paper airplanes. When was the last time you made a paper airplane and chucked it around the office? It's probably been a while. And of course, the Wright brothers themselves made paper airplanes and flew them to try and figure out how aerodynamics worked. So you never know. Today, make a paper airplane because it's National Paper Airplane Day today because the internet told me so. 1830, May 26, 1830, Congress passes the Indian Removal Act. There was all these white people down in Georgia who said, remember all that land that we just signed away in those treaties to the Native Americans? Turns out we want that land. We want it, even though it doesn't really belong to us. And so Congress passed the Indian Removal Act, signed into law by President Andrew Jackson. The law authorized the president to negotiate with the Native American tribes in the South. And by negotiating, Andrew Jackson said, get out of here, take a hike. Literally the Trail of Tears. He said, I know we have a treaty, but we don't care. Your land is valuable to the white people, so get out. And so the Trail of Tears began. The exchange is, we'll take your land, and we'll give you land out in the middle of nowhere that has nothing to do with the thousands of years that you've lived where you've lived. And of course, the case went all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled against Andrew Jackson, and Andrew Jackson said simply, well, the Supreme Court has made their ruling, now let them go to Georgia and enforce it. That was on this date 196 years ago today. I don't know what to tell you about Harvey Haddock's This guy was snake bitten. 67 years ago today on this date, in 1959, one of the most remarkable pitching performances in the history of baseball, major league or otherwise. Harvey Haddix of the Pirates pitches a stunning game. He tosses 12 perfect innings. 36 Milwaukee Braves up, 36 Milwaukee Braves down, and then he loses the perfect game in the 13th. It was a sacrifice bunt. Then he got on base on an error, and then another sacrifice bunt, and then an intentional walk to Hank Aaron, and then Harvey Hendricks surrenders a 3-run home run to Joe Adcock. Hank Aaron left the field, got past, so Joe Adcock did not get credit for the home run. It was a double, and then Lou Brunette of the Braves takes off in the bottom of the 13th and retires the Pittsburgh Pirates in 3 straight batters. The final 2-1. Harvey Haddix pitches 12 perfect innings, loses the perfect game, the no-hitter, and the game in the 13th. That was on this date, 1959. And 28 years ago today, take a look at the map here of Ellis Island. One of the crazier Supreme Court decisions. Ellis Island, the original Ellis Island that Mother Nature made, is the black little blotch that you see there. But over the years, they kept building on to Ellis Island. They used landfill to make it much bigger than it originally was. And the state of New Jersey said, if the Hudson River, right down the middle of the Hudson River, is the line between New York and New Jersey, then almost all of Ellis Island is actually in New Jersey and not in New York. And the 2 states went to battle, and they went all the way to the United States Supreme Court. And on this date, 1998, the Supreme Court ruled 6-3 that Ellis Island, the historic gateway to freedom in this country, is mainly in New Jersey and not in New York. Basically, they ruled the original Ellis Island, as Mother Nature built it, is in New York State, and everything else is in New Jersey. The whole thing was folly because Ellis Island belongs to the federal government. So it meant nothing except, well, the lawyers got paid, I guess, in case you're curious about that. Let's do some birthdays. We got some legends. Mary and Michael Morrison. John Wayne, born in the state in 1907. Everybody called him the Duke. If you knew him well, they called him the Duke. He made 146 movies in his career. His breakthrough role was in Stagecoach. The Searchers is still one of the great movies ever made. She Wore a Yellow Ribbon is fantastic. The Cowboys is a great movie. He won the Academy Award in 1969 for True Grit. Most people agree it was more like a Lifetime Achievement Award. And you should watch the movie McHugh every once in a while. It's not a great movie, but it was shot on location in Seattle in the early 70s, so it's cool to watch. John Wayne, born in the state in 1907. John Wayne was offered the role of Marshal Matt Dillon when Gunsmoke went from radio to television. He said, I don't want to do television, I just assume do movies, but I know this guy, James Arness. You should bring him in as Marshal Matt Dillon, and wouldn't you know it, James Arness, born in the state in 1923. He was the only one who appeared in all 635 episodes of Gunsmoke. And by the way, the very first television episode of Gunsmoke was introduced by none other than John Wayne. Born 100 years ago today, happy centennial, Miles Davis. I spent Sunday morning, I started out with relaxing with the Miles Davis Quintet. Then I moved on to Birth of the Cool, and then Sketches of Spain, and then I did Miles Ahead, then I listened to Miles Ahead again, and then I listened to In a Silent Way, and then I listened to Kinda Blue, then I listened to Kinda Blue again. Miles Davis, certainly on the Mount Rushmore of jazz, one of the greatest of all time, was born 100 years ago today. We got the music. Brent Musburger is 87 years old today. He was with CBS for 17 years, and then ABC and ESPN for another 20 years. If it was a big event, he was there. Super Bowls, World Series, Final Fours, the Indy 500, the Masters. Happy 87th to Brent Musburger. We miss Lee Von Helm, would have been 86 years old today, one of the founders and the drummer of the band, and he played Loretta Lynn's father in A Coal Miner's Daughter. Good actor, too, the great Lee Von Helm, born in the state in 1940. One of only 2 females to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. One is Carole King, and the other Stevie Nicks, inducted as a member of Fleetwood Mac, and for her solo career, Stevie Nicks is 78 years old today. And are you gonna go my way? The terribly underrated Lenny Kravitz. Why he doesn't get more respect, I don't know. His music is really good and never far from my turntable. Happy 62nd to Lenny Kravitz. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. For Heat and Air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor, and we're glad that they are. Going to take a break. Mike McNaughty has this bizarre obsession with pizza. I've never been able to figure that out. And then Sara Baum is going to join me. She's the events and marketing manager for the Wenatchee World. If you haven't got your tickets yet for the world's best red carpet ceremony 1 week from tomorrow, you best get them. Sara joins me when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I was recently watching a cop show on TV. It was the LA cops. They were investigating a murder. And apparently the victim had ordered a pizza and had been killed by the delivery person. The murderer killed the delivery person, yada, yada. Okay, but the delivery person, after the murder, then helped themselves to a slice after killing the guy. Now, the very astute cop said, "Oh, the suspect is from the East Coast." And the other cop asked how she knew that. And this very knowledgeable detective said, "Because he folded his slice of pizza." Yeah, that's how we do it. Of course, you West Coasters, first of all, you have no idea what real pizza is. And secondly, you don't need to fold your pizza since it's as stiff as cardboard. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life Channel.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
Welcome back to the program. Every once in a while, Sara sends me an email, and I said, why not? The email consists of, can I come to the show? And my reply is, why not? Whenever the Wenatchee World or Washington Media LLC has a big event, it lands on her lap. She's the event and marketing coordinator, also the marketing and event coordinator. She wears two hats there for Washington Media LLC. It's Sara Baum, never bored in her line of work.
Never bored.
Never bored.
Always fun. I have the best job in the world, I say. So.
You're in charge of the Community Involvement Awards. That's a late winter, early spring event.
Yep.
And you're in charge of 35 under 30. Is that what
30 under 35.
30 under 30 under 35, which is a big event. Other events that are slightly smaller but still big. But the big and biggin, is the world's best.
It's going to be, yes.
Yeah, and this is the biggest of the big because this thing has gotten, well, here, I'll show you. This is from the weekend edition of the Wenatchee World, and in the back of the B section, here you go, if you can read it. That's all the nominees who are going to walk down the red carpet, and somebody's going to walk away with a whole bunch of cool stuff, everything from auto detailing to women's clothing.
Yep.
World's Best is back.
World's Best is back, and we have changed it up for the 16th year. We have normally notified the winners at least that they have won, and this year we have only notified the top 3. And so we are making this a real award ceremony. Walk the red carpet. We're going to have NCW Life there doing red carpet interviews. We're going to have Miss Washington, Amber Pike there doing the emceeing in full crown and sash, and it's just going to be a really fun night. We have the 2025 solo musician, Taste of Whiskey, Virgil Eagle is going to be playing, and see if he takes home another win or not.
So things have changed a little bit for the uninitiated. This has been going on. This is the 16th year, right?
16th year.
So what has changed from this year, as you said before, the winners were notified in advance. Then you would have a gathering of the winners, and you would hand out the certificates,
yep.
and there would be cocktails and hors d'oeuvres, and everybody would have a good time. But things have a certain shelf life. In order to keep things interesting and people involved, you got to change things up a little bit. So you decided to do this.
Yes, we think it's going to be more fun to bring this type of celebration to Wenatchee. We really don't have that anywhere here, that we can truly celebrate the best of the best. And this has been going on for so long that it was time to change it up and truly honor everybody. So get your tickets, come out, see who's going to be the world's best 2026 this year.
And this kind of the genesis of this was the Community Impact Awards. It was the same deal. It was kind of a private event where the winners came and met with the world staff and all that stuff. And it was like, here's your rewards. And then he made that a public ticketed event. Yep. And it seemed the logical thing to do to make World's Best a open ticketed event.
Exactly. We want the people who have nominated, voted, they went in for 10 days during the nomination round, nominated who they felt should be with the top 5, and then for 10 days they went in every day and voted for who they felt was world's best. So it's only right that they should come out, dress up, and celebrate with us of who's the best.
So talk about the vetting process. It's like every possible thing you could think of, and then some. There's how many different categories?
135.
I just discovered there's 135 businesses and people in the Wenatchee Valley. It's a remarkable thing. So you have 130, which is that more than you've ever had before?
No, last year we actually had 136 categories.
Okay.
We removed 2 this last year and added one.
One of the ones that they removed, I can say this for a fact, it was Best Morning Show Television Host. That's no longer available.
Well, see, we have to have more than, just one
okay.
best morning television show host. So you are already the best.
By default, thank you very much. Why does that not make me feel any better? So let's go back to the vetting process. Here are you had the 135 categories. You threw them all up on the World Wide Web on what I like to call the internet, which by the way is going to catch on. We're on that. And then it was on the world's website. And then from that point forward, kind of the readers take over from that point, right?
They do. They do. So during the nomination round, they nominate who they feel is the best in each category. At the end of that, we take the top 5 with the most nominations, and they move on to the voting round. And now with the voting round, we're now down to the top 3. And on June 3rd, we'll find out who the winner really is.
And this was laid out in a way where somebody can't just sit at their home computer and click, 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 click. You put up some parameters. Talk about that.
So we actually use a vendor called Upland 2nd Street, and they host the best ofs all over the world, really.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. And so they actually have filters that will kick out IP addresses who are going in multiple times trying to vote or nominate. We also added text to vote last year and again this year, and we had over 800 individual texting numbers that participated in that. Overall voting, we had almost 78,000 votes for the 135.
That's pretty good. And so as this is going on, can you find out how good a business or an individual is doing in any one category, or is it put in a little vault that you don't have access to until the voting is all done?
It's put into a vault.
Okay.
It's put into a vault. We have went through and manually vetted the results, and we also sent it to 2nd Street Upland, and they have verified the results as well.
So it's very time consuming.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So are you going to have somebody like they do at the Academy Awards from the accounting firm of Dewey, Cheatham and Howe to come out in a tuxedo and talk about all that stuff?
That's what 2nd Street did for me.
Okay.
I have a short video of them just talking and verifying the results.
I'm making a bit of a joke, but it's really not a joke in that this has to be legit.
It is legit.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, it is legit, but it has to seem to be legit. Like nobody had their thumb on the scales.
Exactly. Right. We want it to be as transparent as possible, and we don't want to take away from the fact that these people deserved and were voted in for World's Best. There were some categories that definitely we had to go in and do a little closer look on, but that just means that they're popular. So
when do you and Sean and Brian and whoever else is on the executive committee, when do you guys know? When does that happen? You know, don't you? You know right now, don't you?
I do know right now, yes.
Well, who won?
Nope. Sorry. You will have to stay up past your bedtime and come out to the event on June 3rd.
It should be pointed out that they have to know in advance because you have to crank out a whole bunch of certificates and stuff, and
I do.
You can't do that the day of.
No. So with the 135 certificates, there's going to be a way to open for Amber Pike to see who won. So yeah, it's going to be all sealed. We're very careful about banners and things like that, not tipping anybody off that they won at this point.
So yeah, that's takes some logistical planning on your part.
It's been fun. It's been fun.
You're a very bad liar. You want to try again, Sara?
We've had a little bit of controversy about changing it up and people not knowing that they won yet. But again, we want to make it where it's like the Oscars. It's fun. It's red carpet, and everybody should know at the same time.
So this is a show.
This will be a show.
It's a show on June 3rd at the Convention Center. How are you going to pace this show out? Because if you're going to hand out 135 awards,
I actually have the timeline already created, and
because people might get bored by about award 70 or so. It's like, oh, geez.
No, we will plan on taking a brief intermission to get up, stretch our legs, things like that. But I anticipate that we'll be out of there by 9 o'clock.
Okay. Any thought about making this, I mean, 10 days seems about right. So it was the 10-day nomination, then 10-day voting, and that seemed about right for time. Because every year you have to think that, after it's all said and done, what worked and what didn't work, right? Exactly.
We spend a lot of time afterwards going through the categories, seeing, some categories aren't relevant anymore. It takes 5 businesses in a category to really make a category work. And we have some now that have dwindled down that may not carry on next year.
Gotcha. Which is why there's no category for best morning show television host.
We have the best morning show host sitting right next to me.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah, for buttering me up. And some of these are going to be, I mean, there are a dozen hardware stores, there are 20 automobile dealerships, these kinds of things. It's not like best hospital, that kind of deal. So there is some competition out there, I'm assuming.
There is. One of the new categories that we added this year was memory care community or memory care facility under health and wellness, and that was something that we did not have, and that's pretty important, and it is competitive here in our valley.
And so the numbers are in. Who knows, by the way? You know, right? Just tell me.
So there are 2 of us who know.
I'm assuming you and Sean?
No, Sean doesn't even know.
Oh, okay. Who's going to know before Miss Washington opens up still the 2 of you?
It's just the 2 of us.
What about the folks at the printing press and stuff like that after actually print these things? Really? Wow.
Well, yes, I guess they will know when they're printing the tab. Yes. The tab we are going to still put out like we normally do. It just won't be given out at the beginning of the evening like normal on the tables. We're going to hand it out after the evening, and then it'll be inserted in June 6th. Wenatchee World.
When she says tab, that's shop talk that Sarah and I know what that means, but you might not, but don't worry about it.
It's the world's best special edition.
There you go. June 3rd, again, if you go to the Wenatchee World's website, it's right on the front page. Click on it, buy your tickets, and you're good to go. It's going to be a program. The program, besides handing out 135 certificates and having Miss Washington and having some music, what else is in the program? What can people expect for their money?
So we are going to have great hors d'oeuvres put on by the convention center, a little step up from what we normally do.
Well, the convention center does really good anyway.
They do.
And now they got their brand new kitchen. They're really cranking it out.
And their brand new space. It's just a great space to hold your events. So, but there's also going to be a no-host bar. There's going to be photo opportunities, red carpet interviews, and then the interviews will be rebroadcast later on NCW Life Channel.
Kyle McKibben just said thank you very much. I'm pretty sure over there.
Gotta plug Kyle and his crew because they are amazing. I love putting on events there. So great job, Kyle and the team.
What's next after World's Best? What's in the hopper for Sarah? You get some downtime and then you have to go back to work?
Absolutely not. So we have a Reach NCW field sales event June 11th at the college. You can also go to our website, WenatcheeWorld.com, later on this afternoon to buy get your free tickets there, reserve your space. I'm also part of the wine judging. So we have that coming up the middle of June.
How did you get that gig and how do I get in on that?
Well, it's part of the Wine and Food Festival. Yeah. You're more than welcome to come and check it out.
Okay.
I'm always looking for volunteers for things.
I know you are.
So
the problem is all of these events, and they're fantastic events, way past my bedtime.
Not the judging, it's during the day.
Oh, okay.
So that is not past your bedtime.
Okay, that's true.
Maybe we could do something, maybe you could come out, take a look at things.
Behind
the scenes.
Being a celebrity, people get distracted,
I think they probably would. It would probably distract our judges.
Yeah.
And take away from the wine. We can't do that. And then after that, I have a subscriber shred event. It's our annual shred event that we host with CI Information down at our press facility on 9th Street.
Free to subscribers.
Free to subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber, get your subscription now and come on down, shred up to 5-6 boxes of your paperwork and have some hot dogs.
I did that last year. I have my death certificate shredded, so now I'm not going to die.
That is fantastic because we don't want to lose you.
Of course not.
Ever.
Yeah. And we need to mention this because it's that time of the year. Kids are commencing to
Graduate.
exercise. It's commencement exercise time, and you usually do your little congratulate seniors bit as well. I'm sure that's in the hopper.
We do. So we have Congratulate Your Grad that will also be on our website this afternoon, where you can put a little bio, congratulate your senior, do a headshot, and then we'll have it posted online and also in the print Wenatchee World on June 6th. So that paper is going to be a really good one to pick up.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
High school? Yeah.
Sure.
Where at?
I actually got my GED.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Whatever it takes.
Hey.
Whatever it takes.
I was too cool for school.
I'm thinking about going back and getting my diploma. I think it's about
My mother-in-law actually is 72 years old and is going back to do more of her psychology PhD.
Cool.
So.
Well, to be your mother-in-law, she's got to be nuts.
She's crazy.
Sara Baum, everybody, not only the marketing and events coordinator, she's also the events and marketing coordinator. It's an amazing job there at Washington Media LLC. Get your tickets, WenatcheeWorld.com. The world's best Apple thing with the gold and everything, right on the front page, and circle June 3rd, which is a Wednesday.
A Wednesday.
What time does it start?
We're going to open the doors at 5:15. The actual awards ceremony is not going to start until about 6:40.
Okay. Cool. And again, that's like my bedtime. I'm not lying. It's my bedtime.
It is my bedtime too. But
I get up at 2:45 in the morning.
I do
on
not.
Weekdays.
I do not. I'm very grateful for interviews that are pre-recorded.
Yes, there you go. Sara Baum, everybody, give her a big hand. We don't have a studio audience. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
A kitchen that makes mouths water and jaws drop. A bedroom from a dream with a bath from a spa. A walk-in you'd never want to walk out of. A pool like the fountain of youth. And a view that never gets old. When buying or selling a home of the highest standards, it's comforting to be represented by a real estate company with standards to match. Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. Live well with Coldwell.
All right, we are back. It's time to pay some bills. First things first, I all but had this live read for Pool to Spa Services memorized, and then we took 3 days off, and I completely forgot what the copy is. That's my bad. I'll still get this done, I promise you. I could barely remember what it was that I did for a living when I came in this morning. Upgrade relaxation with a Bullfrog Spa featuring the exclusive Jetpack therapy system. It's personalized comfort for every seat. Who doesn't want that? Visit Pool to Spa Services in Wenatchee and design a spa custom made for your tushy and your body. They're never the same. Wenatchee River Bluegrass Festival is back for year number 22. Give or take a couple. I don't have the exact number, but it seems like it's over 20 anyway. At the Expo Center at the Chelan County Fairgrounds in beautiful Cashmere. It's the 19th, 20th, and 21st. They've brought back Appalachian Roadshow. They've played it before. They like it. These are national, really, really good musicians. Southern Legacy will be coming. The Rick Ferris Band. Going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget, camping is first come, first serve. If you want the full wet hookup with the electricity and sewer and all that stuff. That starts on Monday, the 15th. All right, here we go. From the National Weather Service, we're going to be all over the place weather-wise. You name it, we're going to have it. Partly sunny today, no rain in the forecast. Clouds and sun doing battle. We'll get up to about 70. Our normal high is 74, so it's going to be cooler than normal. Cloudy tonight, 54 for the overnight low. And then we jump up to 85 with lots of sunshine Wednesday. And then Thursday afternoon, we're going to get up to about 90 degrees. But late in the day on Thursday and into Thursday night, into Friday, we have a chance of some thunderstorms. Not a big chance on Thursday during the day, but the chance of thunderstorms Thursday night goes up quite a bit. We could get a thunderclap or two, and then Friday morning, we could get a little bit of rain, and then a beautiful weekend as we say goodbye to May. And we say goodbye to you until tomorrow. Have a great day. Till then, bye-bye.